There's also a race tonight to get Americans out of both Israel and Gaza. An estimated 500 to 600 Palestinian Americans were in when it began. And the U.S. says there are Americans among the hostages. They've now been held by Hamas for more than a week after that brutal attack inside Israel last
Your
week.
video awkward?
Not yet.
NBC News that the U.S. is sending a ship to northern Israel with the ability to evacuate hundreds of American citizens living in Israel. U.S. Secretary of State Anthony Blinken traveling to neighboring Egypt in an effort to prevent an even larger conflict.
Excuse you. One just uploaded 1 minute ago.
Was it
Oh.
live?
It's a live stream. Oh, I didn't know you were on live.
This lady said she was from over toward Asheville.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. We're from Waynesville. figure out how to do this, we'll be all right. I think the internet is lagging so bad that this won't do too good.
Right.
It says we have 5 current viewers, 5 people in here. So let's figure out how to work this thing. It says we have an excellent, I guess, setting or something, whatever it is. Excellent connection, but it's still lagging really bad. So, hello, green man. Like I was saying, this internet here on this mountain is not very good. So it's like really, I don't know, like lagging really bad, I guess. So maybe it'll work. Can anybody hear us? Well, it's right. Okay. Said they could hear us loud and clear.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. Sorry, guys. Like I was saying, this internet's not very good. It's probably lagging. It's good. Lord, I'd probably say it's probably at least 15, 20 seconds behind, if not more. Nah, I guess it's the first time we tried to do this. Just now figuring out how to do it. You gotta have some type of live streaming soft software on here, and finally figured out how to do that. Uh, I'm not very computer literate, guys. I'm a bell bottomman, so we're Southern. Take your time. Yeah, you can't tell from my accent. I'm very southern. And my daddy used to say country is cornbread. I guess if anybody wants to know anything about what we're doing here, anything about our property or anything like that, I mean, feel free to ask us anything you want to. Um, we're new to this whole YouTube thing, and I'm not that good at editing videos. Where are you from, Green Man? One state below us. Where you at? Georgia. I was actually born in Georgia. I was born in Dalton, Georgia, Whitfield County. Green Man, Georgia. Do you have to purify your rainwater? Uh, well, in a way, yes. In a way, no. We got uh, the regular filters. We got we got charcoal. We got sediment charcoal filters. Um, I don't know what that other thing's called.
The home purifying
Yeah,
system.
some kind of home purifying thing. But I mean, you can drink it. It's fine. It See how it's cutting in and out right there.
Yeah.
You can drink the water. It's not. We have drunk it. Like I said, we run it through the filter system. I'm gonna get a UV light filter too, where it passes through the UV light. I'm gonna get one of those too. But I mean, we've been doing it this long, and it's perfectly fine. It's mainly just to like I was saying, it's like for like washing dishes, the toilets, the showers, and stuff like that. Everything but drinking. But like I said, you can drink it. Yeah, in all honesty, it's probably a lot better for you than like city water and most bottled water. Green Man, you're in Haversham County. we do uh we do stuff here pretty much every day. It's just remembering to grab the camera and film it, and because like I said, we're new, so a lot of the stuff just kind of, I guess, redundant uh, over and over again. But I watch a lot of Arkansas Prepper. I'm actually in both. Uh, we're actually in Tennessee right now. Our off-grid property is in Tennessee. Um, we live here most of the time, but we also have have a home in North Carolina that we stay there probably at least 2 or 3 days a week. We go up there. Steve Austin, Winesville, North Carolina. That's where we're from, but Winesville. Our property's in Hawkins County, Tennessee, back in the boonies. We've had this property for about 10 years. What, 9, 10 years now? 9 years maybe. And it was all just woods, just a mountain. And I mean, it ain't nothing to brag about, but it is. It's better than it was. I mean, the biggest part was just like the money to buy the solar and stuff like that with, because that stuff's expensive. So over the years, it's took us the last probably 4 years, something like that, maybe a little more, to get the solar system up and going. You moved to Waynesville 10 years ago from Las Vegas. Man, that's a dramatic change there, but I'd say Waynesville's Waynesville's okay, but it's more. They're trying to turn Waynesville into just a tourist attraction, and that's where all my family lives and everything like that. But it's getting out of hand over there. All they want is basically your money, taxes, taxes, taxes. It's getting worse and worse and worse every year. Um, the chickens do fine when we're away. I built the waters and the feeders. Um, the feeders, we filled those up, and it's been. I'll do an update video on that if anybody wants me to. But it's been what, a month since we filled them things up in feeders.
Yeah.
So I mean, they have enough food roughly a month at a time in those feeders. And the waters, we have the the ones with little cups on it. And the water goes in it. The cups go down and shut off the water. Those are okay, but they like kick a lot of dirt in them and stuff like that. So you have to constantly clean up. They still get water, but you have to clean those little cups out all the time. Then we got a little kiddie pool, like a swimming pool, put in the big lot over there, and that thing holds probably 20 gallons of water or something like that. And we fill that up probably once a week, something like that. We're actually going to get yeah, it's definitely looking more and more like Asheville, that's for sure. Um, crackheads are taking over. That's that's the reason we're here more. But we're actually going to finish fencing in the bottom of the property down here. Like, well, it ain't the bottom of the property. It's like right below the trailer here. There's probably maybe a couple acres down here at the bottom. We're going to fence that in, and we're going to get some goats to put in there. That way we don't have to mow it or nothing like that. Then eventually we're going to fence the top of the property up. Probably 6, 7 acres behind us here. We're going to fence that in. Hopefully get maybe like a couple steers or something that we can grow and put them in the freezer eventually. Just everything takes time and everything takes money. And we both work a lot, so it's hard to do it all. So sometimes everything goes pretty good, but everything's so expensive. Like I was saying, we went to Lowe's today and bought to finish out those water totes, the water catch on the back of the chicken barn, and I got like 4 or 5 fittings, a bag of clamps. What all was that? It was fittings, clamps. Trying to think what else we got, but it was just like little PEX fittings, and we spent $150. It was actually it was $90 at Home Depot, and then we went to Lowe's and spent $60 more. So that's $150 on just PEX fittings and stuff just to finish that up. So I mean, that's kind of why everything's as slow as it is. That stuff adds up. But as far as the chickens, I've had chickens pretty much off and on all my life. I've raised chickens. Used to raise game chickens and sell those. Those are different. Yeah, I want to get me some. Like I said, I want to get me some goats and stuff put down here. But whenever we leave from here, we go back to Waynesville and stay for 2 or 3 days, and then come back here. So back and forth because my office is actually in Waynesville, and I work in North Carolina and Tennessee. So like I said, my office is in Waynesville. Kind of hoping this YouTube thing takes off a little bit. That way we can be here more. We're here at least 4 days a week. I like figuring stuff out. I like what makes it work, stuff like that. Like solar. I do all that myself. The water, everything like that. Well, I don't do it myself. Man, my wife do it. She helps me all the time. Well, she helps me with everything I do. So yeah, this I got T-Mobile internet here on the mountain, and it works, but that's pretty much all you can say for it. But like I said, if there's anything anybody wants to know about just anything like that, just feel free to message us or whatever. Hopefully, I get a better internet where this. Hopefully, we never need a bond, but glad to know you if we do. Yeah, just give me a call while I'm in the phone book. Said she loves watching your wife's videos, and she's like me. She likes like figuring out stuff as far as cooking and stuff like that. I got to where I speed up the videos that I do because it's kind of weird watching somebody drive a nail and then each and every nail. I mean, you know what they're doing. It's just kind of weird for me, but I try to speed it up or skip a bunch of it. Yeah, that's our son. That helps a lot. He's a he's a hard worker. He actually has a tree service where he does like small jobs, stuff like that for removing trees and stumps and stuff like that. Arkansas Prepper. Yeah, it does take a fast connection, but I have I've tried this T-Mobile. And I've tried the what's that other thing? HughesNet. And I'll tell you that HughesNet, don't even waste your time or your money with that. That is a joke. We still have it right now, but I think in like 3 months I'm gonna cancel it. I have the T-Mobile and the HughesNet now, so and neither one of them are worth crap. Yeah, he climbs. Yeah, he'll climb up in and take the top out, what's called blow the tops out of the trees, and then just come down the tree and cut it as he comes down. Or if it's in a safe spot, well, he does. He'll drop the whole tree. But most of the time he'll climb the whole tree and start whacking it down as he comes. He was actually working over at the old Champion plant before they shut it down and doing the trees on the side, but they shut it down. And he lost his job up there, Canton. I'm gonna as far as the solar stuff, um, I'll probably put a few panels on top of this house. I'm actually going to build. I'm actually going to build onto the house. Build onto the house, make it kind of like a double wide type thing. But I'm going to put siding on it, like the old log siding, to make it look like a cabin. Hopefully, do that next year. And then I'm going to build a roof over the whole entire thing again to cover up the roof here now. Um, I'm actually going to put solar panels on it too, because here in the wintertime, the just kind of the way the property sets, the sun is in behind the trees a lot, and we don't get a lot of like constant sunshine during the day. It's like right now, the battery's at 72% right now, and it's 11, 17, which ain't bad. I mean, it's still pretty good. They'll charge back up, not completely during the day now in the winter. So like tomorrow, they'll probably get up to 85, 90%, something like that. Then they'll go back down tomorrow night. I finally broke down and ordered me a one of the EG4 charge inverters. It's a battery charger. It's the new one they have. I finally broke down and ordered that. That thing's $400. I've never had to use a generator on our solar here whatsoever, but something's telling me I'm gonna have to this winter. Can't afford more batteries. I want to get more batteries, but those things are like I was saying, they're $1,500 a piece, and I need four more. That'd be six. That'd be $6,000. Then plus shipping on those, it's like $400 or $500 just to ship them. So about 6,500 for the batteries. We got the uh, we got the water totes finished today. I'm doing a video on that. It's actually uploading right now. So it's like the part two from yesterday. Just showing how I hooked how me and Amanda hooked the totes together. I hook them together on the top and then on the bottom also. So that way they kind of level themselves out. Betty, we have so much to learn about solar. Uh, Solar is really not that hard. It's really not. Just understand the concept of it. That's as far as the solar side of it. You got a positive and a negative. You got to figure out like how many watts and volts and all that stuff your charge controller can handle. Then once you figure that out, it ain't bad. I've messed with solar now for probably 8 or 10 years. This whole thing here is kind of this live thing. The whole layout of it's kind of weird. I'll stay in here for another few minutes here. Here, this this trailer that we have. Yeah, we started building a cabin up here on the mountain back about what 5 6 years ago, something like that. Then the lumber prices got so high, I just stopped because it had been so long before it had anything dried in. Then I just got to looking on Craigslist or Facebook Marketplace and found this trailer at a Clayton Mobile Homes lot in Knoxville, Tennessee. And went over and looked at it, and it was. I mean, we've done a lot of work to it, but it still needs a ton of work to it too. But it's way better than it was. Anyway, I got the trailer for $1,000, and I had it pulled over for $1,000, so $2,000 in it, and it's sitting here. Then we had to pay to have it set up and stuff like that. So the septic and all that crap. So, but as far as that, there's nothing hooked to the trailer whatsoever, like any type of outside lines of any kind. And that's the way it's long as we own it. That's the way it's going to be. So I have no desire to hook it to. There's power lines actually just right down, go to the bottom of the hill there, down on the bottom of the property. There's the main lines that runs through there. I mean, they're probably not at the bottom of the hill though. I mean, I don't know exactly how far that'd be, but it ain't far. I could run it here if I wanted to, but I just have no desire to. Like a foreign language to me. Yeah, it is when you first get into it. The solar. There's a lot of stuff you had to. When I first got into it, it's having to figure out what they was talking about. There's like series and parallel. It's a basic concept, but it took me forever to figure out what they was talking about. My solar system was a 24-volt system. And then, in order to get a big all-in-one inverter to run everything, because we want to go to electric stove and all that stuff too, you have to go to 48 volt because you can't get a big one in 24, a good one, a name brand one, and 24 volt. So we went to 48 volt, and yeah, septic 5,000. Yeah, that's about what it cost here, honestly. Maybe a little bit more than that. I can't remember. I'd have to look on the receipts we have, but that's been a few years back. I want to say it was like 7,500, something like that. I'm in the wrong business. I need to start installing septic tanks. I'm gonna build a shop too down here. Right now I'm figuring a 24 by 40 Good luck with your YouTube. The thing is, we're just going to give it a try for a while, see how it goes. We need to, we still need a bunch more subscribers, and I think we have 400 some subscribers now, which that's pretty good, I guess. Then the watch hours, yeah, you got to have 4,000 watch hours, and we've already got like 1,300 watch hours, something like that. I mean, it's climbing pretty good for no longer than what we've been putting videos on. I just like messing with, like I said, I just like messing with stuff, trying to figure it out. But anyway, we're going to build a shop down here, probably a 24 by 40. I just want it big enough to put 2 garage doors on it and a regular man door. And I'll run a power from here down to there, but just a 110, like just for the lights and stuff like that. And then for anything like we're going around welders or a lift or anything like that, I'll have a generator down there for that. We just crank the generator and run it for the big stuff. That's providing the world don't turn to crap between now and then. I watch too much news. That's what this property started out as. I guess in preppers term, a bug out spot, I guess. But now we're just gonna like a homestead on a mountain here. We have to do right beside that little chicken barn that we built. I'm gonna fence it in and put like a wire all the way around it, and then wire on the top too, just to build like a, kind of a greenhouse. You know, if we want to like basic greenhouse, we'll just put plastic over it, but just put wire around it to keep the animals out because there's deer and stuff like that here that would eat all the plants and stuff in there. Soggy says if another cold spell comes like last year, sub-zero temps, are you ready? Yeah, absolutely. Um, this trailer, this is just a mobile home that we're in. You know, I did put a wood heater in it, and you build a fire in this thing, and yeah, it's hot. Wood heat. We have well, actually, uh, how do y'all heat your house? We have had the wood heat. I was just saying, I put a wood heater in, um, and we also have the mini split that runs off solar heating in there. It you know, like I say, if the wood stove goes out during the night, we'll just kick on that mini split, you know, and heat it up until we get another fire going. But I mean, honestly, as cold as it's got up here in the last 10 years, 8, 9, 10 years, you build a fire in that thing, and that's you have to close it completely down and just barely crack it open just to be able to be comfortable. If you open it up, it gets so hot in here. I mean, you open the windows, the doors, and everything else, it gets so hot in here. But it's the wood stove is it's like a mama bear type stove, but it's a homemade version of a mama bear. And I mean, it's made really nice, but them things are man, they're hot. And we got plenty of wood up here that's already down on the ground. Son was cutting down some yesterday, like the standing trees that was dead. He was cutting some of those down yesterday. But for the most part, we got enough wood on the ground just laid down up here where we had the dozer work stuff done. Probably got enough wood laying down to last 2 or 3 winters, 2 or 3 more winters. But we have multiple ways of heating. We have the mini split and the wood stove, and then we have the thing we done a video on. We like the pot heaters, stuff like that. Actually, does pretty good in here because it's insulated so well. But The only thing about here, the area we're in, well, I don't know, I ain't gonna say it's the area, but the property where we're at, the road coming in here is is to me it's not bad. It's not bad at all to me. But you cannot get nobody to bring no gravel in here. It's something else. I always tell them if y'all are afraid to bring gravel in here, you need to stay out of Western North Carolina. Is all I can tell you, because it's way worse than this. Want to build a solar kiln to dry my firewood using 12-volt fans. That's actually a good idea. Um, I have a 12-volt one of the fans I ordered off eBay. Comes with a solar panel and a fan, and I put it for ventilation in the little barn for the chicken, the nesting. I guess the chicken house inside the chicken house. I guess I don't know what you want to call it, but anyway, put it in there, and as long as the sun's on it, that thing stirs up quite a bit of air. But the way I build it, I got the metal up. I think it was that far corner over there, like 36 inches, and the rest of it's wire. Yeah, well, the road, hard road to get into. It is, but it ain't. I mean, when you start up the road, it's at the end of the pavement, then it turns into like a slightly little piece of gravel road there, and then it goes up the hill, and the hill is like a rock that they cut the road across the rock. Here in East Tennessee, it's like slate, not slate, but that old rock it bust apart. You know, I get brain fart all the time. But anyway, it's cut across that rock. I mean, you bounce a little bit coming up it, but it's not bad. And I mean, it's not that steep neither. So I just don't understand that the work ethic is. I don't know. I hate to talk bad about anybody, but the work ethic is not that great here. So because I mean, it's not like we're asking somebody to do it for free. You know, we want to pay them to do it, and you know, and gravel's expensive. But here it's like $700 a load, and I'll pay that. I don't care, but you just got to get somebody to bring it first. We had one load brought in, and it was a one of the 4-axle trucks. It was a huge truck, and he brought it in here. He brought it all the way up to the trailer, and he got out and told him where I wanted gravel. He went back down there dumping the gravel, and then he stopped. And I went down and talked to him. He said he had to go out into town. He'd be right back in a couple hours, another load. And I said, well, how did you like coming in here? And he said, oh, man, this ain't nothing. He said, I don't know what everybody's afraid of. I said, all right. But anyway, he made it off the road and made it to the end of the other road over and blocked my phone number and everything. So evidently he didn't want to come in no more neither. Like I said, no, like this road here, if they're afraid of this road, they better stay in the mountains of Western North Carolina is all I can tell them. Because this ain't nothing. To me, it's not. It's and just talking about the sub-zero temps. You know they said this was the year that El Nino stuff or whatever. So we're supposed to have a really bad winter this year. So this will be the worst winter we've had. I think they said 8 years, 7 years. We were supposed to have way above normal snowfall this winter. Then what this road was, talking about this road is, if it gets wet, before we had that what gravel we do have on it, and it gets wet, you don't sink. It's that East Tennessee sludge, I guess. It's like sludge on top of the ground. It's like slick as ice. You don't sink, you just slide. But that one load I was just saying that guy brought, it actually helped. I mean, tremendous, tremendous. because I wanted the big stone, like I don't know what they call it, like 2 inch or 3 inch, whatever it is they call it. That's what I was wanting on the road for like a base. But 200 dump truck load. Wow. Yeah, that's very good here and North Carolina both. Uh, it's average $700 a load. Like 20-ton dump truck load, 20 tons. But if you can get it, if you can get it. Then there's a rock crusher. Uh, I can Google it from here to the rock crusher, from this property here to the rock crusher. Name it 12 miles uh, from here to the rock crusher. So I mean, it's not that it's so far away. I bet I've called and contacted 20 people, at least 20, 25 people minimum, to bring gravel up here. And there's been two or three come up here and look. And that one guy I told you brought the load. He said, "No, it ain't no problem. I'll just bring a load of gravel with me." So he brought it and come up here, and you tell he's having second thoughts when he got here, but he said, "Man, that ain't no problem. I'll take that right on in there." He did, but that's the last I've heard from him, and I can't contact him because he blocked my number. I guess when we get the money, I'll probably buy like a little single axle dump truck, like a little F-350 or something, just just to keep here, just for the road and stuff. But that'd probably be perfect for what we need. I bought a Chevrolet 3500, little dump bed on it, but it was a flat bed. I was gonna make it into a dump bed, and I was fixing it up to bring here, to use here rather, and a guy offered me more than I thought it was worth, so I don't have it no more. There's a Whenever I was doing the dozer work here, there's a spot on the very top of the mountain up there, um, that we had flattened out, and we talked about doing all kinds of different things up there. Like was going to do a greenhouse up there, but that's too far from the house. Then we're going to do a barn up there, which I mean still may do a barn of some sort if we ever get that fenced in up there. But whatever we build up there, I'm going to do rain catch off it too, and I'd like to get like two of those, at least a 3,000 gallon tank put up there, and I'll get a couple of those. Do rain catch off whatever we build up there, but I want to have it. I'm going to bury some water lines from here up there, like what would be to it and from it. And that way, whenever all this water here gets full, I could pump it up in those tanks and just use gravity feed from there down to here. But I mean, that's on down the road somewhere. But for right now, all this time, the rain catches work perfectly fine. Dump trailer's a good idea. Yeah, actually, it is. Um, them things haven't priced any lately, but some of them pretty pricey for a good one. But I mean, honestly, that's about all I need. A good truck to pull it. I definitely need to get me another truck. I think we set the clock back tonight too.
Yeah.
What? midnight or just before you go to bed?
Anyway.
When it starts getting colder is when we're going to start working more inside the house. Uh, that bead board I was putting in here, I'm going to finish all that. Then we got to paint all the white, the walls, the drywall, and finish staining so I can take this blue tape down. The paper tape around the trim and all that stuff. Take all that down and finish. I got to finish the rock work in behind the heater. Um, the flooring. We still got to do flooring in that bedroom and this bedroom back here, and the little hallway here section. Got to finish the floor in there. Then I got a couple places I got to patch like on the wall back here and stuff, but it's a work in progress. Want to do the outside, like I was saying, on make it look like a cabin on the outside. When I get done with it, you ain't gonna be able to tell it's a trailer. Hopefully, hopefully that's the plan anyway. Of course, this trailer ain't big by no means. It's just 48 feet long. It's like 52 tongue and all, but the most part of it's just, I mean, the biggest part of it's a 14 by 48. The living space of this thing is 48 feet long, and then the tongue makes it like 52 feet. So it's not a big trailer by no means. It's big enough for us though. Plan on building another bedroom and possibly another bathroom onto it. Because when the world goes south, I guess this is where our kids and everybody's gonna run to with us. I guess if they come. And this thing says excellent connection on it, but it's probably, I want to say, 20 seconds behind at least. I bought a 16 by 40 storage building and built my home. Yeah, 16 by 40. That's a good size storage shed there. We're gonna do a. That's talking about the 16 by 40 storage shed. We're thinking about doing a storage shed on the property somewhere in the back. That, down the road. This ain't gonna be no time soon, but we're thinking about doing like an Airbnb thing back there, just to try. That's when a bad road becomes a good road. Yeah, that's exactly right. Yeah, I mean, for me, I kind of like it this way because let's just say it keeps the honest people honest, I guess, and keeps the. If they come in here, they're either lost. Uh, well, no, they wouldn't come in here if they're lost. They're either up to no good or they're coming here. One of the two. So that's what I like about the road. That rocket that I was talking about is kind of a good deterrent for people. Like, you come in here in a car, people out driving around in a little car or something like that, they're not going to come up in here. Um, of course, I drove that little Kia car in here, and If you know how to come in here, you can drive it in here. Connection is fine. Skittle. We're going to be fine. Just make it 364 more days. I don't think. Honestly, I don't know. I don't see. I don't see how we can make it 364 more days without something dramatic happening. I really don't. Because everything getting out of hand right now. Let's see. Yeah, keep them bad guys out. I'm not worried about. I'm not worried about them. The bad guys coming in here. They'll leave pretty quick. Trust me. But yeah, I mean it is a good deterrent. A year from now may look very different. Honestly, I do. I think just my opinion, but I think in the very near future, the way that everything's happening, everything laying out right now, I think we want to see something in our lifetime that we only, I guess, read about in books. Uh, I think it's going to be life changing. Let's just put it that way. I think it's going to be life changing for a lot of people. Just talking about they even say like just even say like an EMP weapon was to hit. Um, they done a study on stuff like this, and they said that 90% of Americans would be dead in 1 year if an EMP was to go off and shut, like nationwide, and that's 9 out of 10 people. And they ain't but I think 3 or 4 countries in the world that have that technology. That's the United States, Russia, China, and North Korea. They're the only ones that have the technology to do that. And they also say that all the wars going on over, especially Israel, what's going on over there right now, Russia, what's going on over there. They said that the the easiest way to take Americans out of the fight is to kill the power. That's that's what everybody says. So I mean, we got solar and all that stuff, but I mean, EMP was to go off. That solar ain't gonna work. We'll be back to burning candles just like everybody else. But says life changing in a bad way. I think, yeah, very bad. Yeah, it'd be chaos 3 days after EMP. Well, in all honesty, it'd be probably longer than 3 days. I'm thinking most households in America have like 3 to 4 days food storage in their house, and that's most. That's most. So with a week to 2 weeks, a week it's going to be kind of hectic, uh, and 2 weeks it's going to be chaotic. Put it that way. Within 2 weeks, it'd be just completely out of hand. So the best time to go, I mean, like something like that was to happen, and you need to leave home and you need to go somewhere else, would be in the first 3 to 5 days, something like that. You know what I mean? But definitely, because the first couple of days, you're gonna be dealing with people. So just I guess presume a EMP did go off. You'd be dealing with people like cars broke down the side of the road, walking home, freaking out, not know what's going on. That lasts for a couple days. My candle video was very helpful. Thank you. Yeah, those candles that you make out of the lard, them things actually burn for a long time. We don't burn them like constantly or nothing like that, but like if you was to heat with them, you probably heat with it for if you burn it like 8 or 9 hours a day, you probably heat with it for 2 weeks with one of those clay pots. So I was watching the news and there's a bunch of stuff going on with the banks too. I haven't really paid attention to what they was talking about, but there's a lot of stuff going on with the banks right now. A moped, yeah, yeah, I did too. The cotton, you can buy them at Lowe's, and they actually have them at the Lowe's here and the Lowe's in North Carolina. They have them like in the clearance section. The moped's 100% cotton, and each one of them's a perfect wick. That's what we use. And just like I always tell everybody in my family, I'm not afraid of EMPs or sleeper cells or nothing like that. I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid of anything like that. It's just, uh, well, I'm not really afraid of this either. But they're not what you got to worry about. It's these people that live around you is what you got to worry about. They're the ones going to try and take everything you got. That's great to know. Yeah, they if you get it's like I don't know what you call it, just a moped, like industrial type moped. It's like the metal thing, and you open it up and put the moped in and close it back. They've got them in 100% cotton, and each one of the strings off of it, you cut it off, and it's a perfect wick if you use pint jars. This border policy thing that we've got with our I ain't even gonna call him a president, but they say that there's already thousands and thousands of sleeper cell members here inside the country. So they, it's like they was talking about Iran or whatever, could just basically have a speech and tell them to basically do whatever. My husband and I get ready for the worst. Yeah, we are too. We have been for a long time. Um, there's no way that something at this point. There's no way that something really can't happen. There's a camp in NC in North Georgia. Yeah, I've heard there's little camps around everywhere, but it'll be all right. Oh yeah, yeah. I'm not. really worried about nothing like that, just to be honest with you. Let's just say through life experiences, I have the means and the knowledge to protect myself and my family. So we'll just leave it at that. What kind of camp? I think what he's referring to is it's been said that like all these sleeper cells and stuff that's inside our country, there's like little camps and stuff throughout the country where they kind of train to say and hang out and live. There's, I mean, they've actually been on the news before about these little camps and stuff around. You know, yeah, actually, we just got some more buckets and mylar bags that we're fixing to do. Some more. We got 5 more buckets and 5 more bags. We're going to do. Uh, we got a bunch of wheat that we're going to do. We actually have a bunch of wheat that's already inside number 10 cans, but we're going to do the wheat in the 5-gallon buckets too. And we actually finally just bought a grinder. Didn't even have one. We had all that wheat. We finally bought one. But we're going to get we got the manual kind, the hand grind, the hand turn. But we want to get one of the, what's the name of that one? You remember?
I don't remember what it is. It's that white one.
Yeah, it's that white one. It's electric. But you put corn, you can make cornmeal out of it. You can do it with the hand one too. But we're going to store some corn and we're going to store wheat to make our own flour and stuff like that. There's a place actually in Asheville, North Carolina. There's a guy over there that sells wheat by the 50-pound bag, and it's just $10 a bag. And I'm actually going to get some of that. Next time we go to North Carolina, I'm going to try to get up with him and get a little bit of that. The only bad part of it is we're actually running out of storage room. I had to start throwing stuff in there for the chicken. Where I buy my buckets. Does a prepared store in Waynesville have bulk flour? Yeah, but flour and cornmeal, when it so like a cornmeal flour, once you grind it and it leaves its original form and you put it into like a flour, it goes rancid after a while. You can't store it for long term. It's best to buy like the whole corn, the whole wheat, stuff like that, and store it that way because, like I said, once you grind it and you turn it into flour, it don't have a very long shelf life at that point. It goes rancid. Yeah. Well, the weevils part of it, you can't. All you gotta do is take. So, like, if you got a 50-pound bag of it and you're afraid there's weevils in it, just take it bag and put it in the freezer. Leave it in the freezer for a week, and then it's perfectly fine. Because if there's anything in it, it's dead. Where I buy my buckets, I'm sorry, it's at Lowe's. I just get them the food grade bucket. No, we didn't get them at Lowe's. We got them at Home Depot. Lowe's don't even sell well, they do, but they got like Tennessee stickers on them or North Carolina stickers on them, and I just want a plain white food grade bucket. So we get those at Home Depot, but you can't buy the lids at Home Depot. You got to go to Lowe's and get the lids, the food grade lids. And once you sell them on there, you have to pull that band around up to get it back off. So I mean that's how we do it anyway. I get the buckets at Home Depot and the lids at Lowe's. The buckets are $6 and something. The lids like $3. It's like $9. And then that Prepper store in Waynesville, you buy the Mylar bags. That's where I get the Mylar bags, and you can get them for the 5 gallon bucket. We're also going to start. They got the 35 gallon. I don't know if you guys seen the videos where I made the chicken feeders out of the 35 gallon, the blue barrels with the red lid. Those are 35 gallons, and you can buy from that prepper store. You can buy the Mylar bag that fits that barrel, and I'm going to get about 5 or 10 of those barrels, and we're going to do corn and like I was saying, corn and wheat in those, because you put a 4 or 5 oxygen absorbers in there and the Mylar bag and seal that thing up. It's good for 20 years, 20 plus years. You need his number. You talking about the guy that has the the wheat? I was talking about. Oh, ferment wheat for chickens. Yeah, I do too. I want to build a cellar. Yeah, yeah. We're talking about doing uh, as far as a cellar, we're gonna get a shipping container, and this place is nothing but a mountain. So, in one of these banks, we're thinking about if nothing don't happen, before we do it. But talking about digging out and then putting a shipping container in and just leaving the front part of it, just the doors exposed. Okay, wait, guy. It's actually go on. I'll tell you the best way to do it is go on Facebook Marketplace. That's where I found him at, and type in uh, search it for wheat or anything like that. It'll pop up. It's like one of the first ones to pop up. He sells it by the 50-pound bag. Let me see if I can kind of practice what I preach here a little bit. Let me see if I can. Okay. Yeah, you type in wheat and it pulls it right up. It's actually in Vail, which ain't far. Um, I read it. There's no contact. Postman is the. I don't know if you guys can see that or. So I just typed in wheat on my phone and it pulled it up. He's in Vail, North Carolina. It's $10 a bag. Wheat used for feed or seed, 4 bags minimum. It's 40-pound bags. I'm sorry, 40-pound bags. $12. But if you buy at least 10, you get them for $10 a bag. And it's great for chickens, ducks, poultry, and it says a lot of customers purchase it to grind their own fresh flour. So said he has tons of it. So that's what I'm gonna do. Then you can get the shell corn. Good night, Arkansas. But if you're in Asheville or anywhere close there, you can go to what they got in Canton, North Carolina. There's a place called M&M Drum, and they sell the blue 35-gallon barrels like I get, and they're clean. They got the seal. You can put the lid on it. It's got the ring that locks, and it's got the rubber seal inside the lid. So I mean, it's perfect for that. And actually, the prepper store buys those same barrels and fills them for people. Like if they fill them, it's like 200-300 bucks for that full of like wheat. Or you can get it full of beans. You can get it full of anything you want. But I mean, you could do it yourself for way cheaper. That prepper store in Waynesville is about we've been looking around trying to find other places like that, and that's about the only thing that we've been able to find that you can actually go to and walk in and look around like that. There's a lot of uh, places where you can order online and stuff like that, but or there's other, I guess, prepper stores like that, but they don't have nothing like them people do. They got a little bit of everything. We actually been buying some of the iodine, I guess what you call them, iodine or whatever that word is for the nuclear pills or whatever. Got some of those. They got those. They got about anything you want. The biggest thing is like the food preservation part of it. The number 10 cans are kind of, it all depends on what you get. Kind of expensive, but I mean, I guess it'd be worth it though.
Probably didn't jar
And
up the rest of that butter either.
yeah, you'd like to check them out. Yeah, I mean, you'll be glad you did. I mean, they're really nice people. They got pretty much anything you want.
Come on, Bubba.
I mean, they have mainly food items, but they have books, survival stuff. You know.
That one, what is it? 1 year, 1 minute after, 1 year after.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. I started reading that. 1 second after.
1 second after, and then 1 year after, and then 5 years later, or something like that.
Yeah, I'm reading the 1 second after right now, and it's
Yeah.
pretty good.
Yeah, she's saying she likes that 1 second after. They sell books like that up there, but they have medical supplies, camping supplies, cooking. Um, I mean, basically anything you want. Lights, flashlights, knives, just a lot of survival stuff. But like I said, it's mostly food orient, like based around food. And they like they're like really knowledgeable about. You can ask them questions, like how would you do this, how would you do that. I mean, most time so far they've always been able to give me an answer. That's where I got the idea for doing the 35-gallon barrels, because they do sell the Mylar bags just for those barrels, and I'm gonna put like wheat and corn in them. And like I said, you put wheat in one, and you put 3 or 4 oxygen absorbers in there, and seal that thing good. Put the lid on, seal it, put it up. Minimum 20 years, minimum. But I think you'd have it all eat looking for more than 20 years, but because it's about to get that bad. I really do think so. Seems they're very knowledgeable. They are there. Do we have a freeze dryer? No, we don't have a freeze dryer. Just mainly because they're $3,000. I don't like the fact that they run off. You got to put oil in them and everything else. They got like a little reservoir that holds oil. I don't know what the oil's for. Just to be honest with
I
you.
have some clients that say they don't like them.
Yeah, she has uh, she's a nurse, and she has people that she stays with. Home health. I'm sorry, but she has people that she stays with that do have them, and they said it's the biggest waste of money they ever had. We do a lot of freeze dried stuff like eggs, and we actually took a bunch of onions and sliced them up, put them in a freeze dryer, and it took 2 bags of onions, but it made 1 quart dehydrator. Yes, I can't justify buying one for that kind of money because the dehydrator does just as good for what we do. Like we do our eggs and
Make all of our own seasonings.
yeah, make seasonings. Like I said, we took 2 bags of onions, sliced them up, and at our other house we have a 10 tray dehydrator. It's one of the big industrial ones, and that thing held 2 bags of onions, and we dehydrated those and ground them up and put them in a quart jar, made onion powder, and I mean it's just like fine powder too. Um, we done apples, just
Garlic.
garlic. We done garlic, but I was experimenting with the apples, and it made we made apple powder. You know, I mean, you could do that
Or
like
like oatmeal.
yeah, like oatmeal or anything like that. You put that apple powder in there, or maybe even a drink. I think Jordan's gonna try it in his drinks or something. Um, says we're gonna try the eggs. Yeah, when you do your eggs, put them in there. Um, Normally it takes about 36 hours to cook your eggs, but you know, being botulism and all that crazy stuff, I always do ours for like uh, like 40, 45 hours, and I know they're dry then. The last batch I left in there for 48 hours, but that was like 90 eggs, like 90 eggs we put in there, and I left it in there for like 40. Well, how many hours? Like, it was like 45 hours, wasn't it? Something like that.
Mhm. Put 'em in the
Maybe
blender
even
and wash
48
it off.
hours. But I make sure just make sure they're really dry before you grind them and put them up.
Blend them before you put them in the dehydrator.
Yeah. Yeah, you crack the eggs and put them in a blender. We put each tray that we have holds 10 eggs, and then we cracked 10 eggs, put in there, and then we blend them. Just hit the blend button a couple times, and then pour it in on the tray, and then stick it in there. And we got 10 trays in that one. This one here we have 5 trays,
6.
6 trays. Okay, yeah, it holds 6 trays, and it holds like 8 or 10 eggs per tray too. So yeah, freezing the eggs. You take those things like was done showing you like in a video. You take those things and freeze them. That's more of a say like if you're gonna eat them within the next couple weeks type thing. Just take it. If you know you're gonna be eating eggs in the morning, your kids want eggs or whatever. Ever how many you think you're gonna eat? Take them out and put them in a bowl. You can if you're gonna fry them, you can always put them in like singles. You know what I mean? But well, we always just put ours in the same bowl, but we always mix them up. But I guess you could do them like individual, like little bowls if you want to fry them. But I mean, they come back out just like they was when you put them in there. What dehydrator do we have? We have we ordered one off of eBay. It's a Viva, whatever that name is. The industrial 10 tray. It's big too. I mean, it's huge. Uh, it's way bigger than a microwave, and it's probably I want to say a little over 2 feet tall, at least 24 inches, ain't it? It was about 2 foot tall and about the same wide and about 18 inches deep, something like that. It holds 10 trays, but it come with like wire trays. So we went to Lowe's and bought the little cooking pans, like cookie sheets or whatever it is. The pans. We don't have any of them here, do we? But anyway, we bought the pans. We bought 10 of those to go in each tray, and that's what we put the eggs in.
The same thing as this, but smaller. About this size.
Yeah, cooking pans like this. This thing here has got the lip on it. That's about the same size too. That fits in there. With this holds 10 of these. Ever done any beef? Ever done any beef broth on the wood stove and canned it? No. I'd like to do our own broth and stuff like that. But in all honesty, we have a big stockpile of what do you call them? Like bouillon, bouillon cubes and stuff like that. Uh, we got a bunch of those put back. Just easier for us that way. I did garlic in the dehydrator. Yeah, we like the smell too. It's and the onions too. The only thing about the apples when we done those is she put cinnamon on them and stuff like that, and that stuff actually sticks to the pans. You have to scrub the crap out of the pans, or it smells like cinnamon every time you cook something, or every time you dehydrate something in it. But we still get a lot of eggs from our chickens still, so I mean we're still dehydrating. There's no way we can eat that many, so we're dehydrating them all, put them in quart jars.
Well, we got 36 just today.
Yesterday and today.
No, just today. yesterday over here.
We got whenever we go out to say Walmart, the dollar store and stuff like that, we always buy. How we done those 2 week buckets? We always buy some of those noodles or rice or something like that, and put those back. And we also get. See if I can find it.
They got the stroganoff noodles too that we've been getting.
Yeah. Some of those bouillon cube things that we get. I mean, I know that they know what they are. But...
No, they're over in the other cupboard.
Oh,
right here. There's a whole bunch back there.
yeah. We get these little things like this. We don't use all them, but that's beef bouillon cubes. We buy a bunch of those because they're like they were like $1. Was it $1 something? Dollar store now?
Yeah.
You can get them at Dollar Tree even now.
Well, $1.25 now.
Oh, $1.25, yeah. But we buy these a lot of these stuff like this and put it up. And something else we do is like we get bottled water and stuff like that. We got a bunch of that on hand. Then we have our water here, of course. But I can't drink just straight water. It makes me sick. I don't know why, but if I drink just straight water, it makes me sick. So we buy like little lemonade packets to go in them. You tie a little pack and you tie the top off it, pour it in your water. And we have enough of those to, I don't know. We got a lot. Because I can't drink straight water. It just tires me up.
Oh, total.
Yeah. Let's see. We should try to dehydrate garlic too. Yeah, I mean it works good. I'll tell you another way to do it is 14-day buckets were great. Yeah, they'll come in handy. Them buckets will. But cinnamon after you dry that, yeah, you could. The garlic. I'll tell you. But as far as the garlic, doing the garlic instead of doing whole cloves in the garlic, you can buy it's like a quart jar. Well, it ain't really. It's like a sizable mayonnaise jar at Walmart. It's it's garlic and it's all crushed up in pieces and it's got liquid in it too. It's just crushed garlic is all it is. Um, no, I think we might have some in there. But anyway, you can get that and take and pour it through a what do you call it thing? A screener? What do you call it?
Colander.
Well, no, it's like where you drain like a strainer. Yeah, pour it in a strainer and get the juice out of it. Just leave the little chunks of garlic. It's already chopped up in little small pieces, and it's cheaper than whole cloves of garlic. And put that in there and do it that way. It's easier to do it that way. Minced garlic and water. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Yep. And just drain the water out of it. Strain the water out of it, and put the garlic on your trays and put them in the dehydrator and leave them in there. Let it dry out. Grind it up. It's cheaper too because you get it like the Duke mayonnaise jar. It's about the size of it and it's full, completely full. And it's way more than a couple heads of, or a couple cloves of garlic. It's way more than that. So dehydrate celery also. Just cut in 3/4 inch pieces. Or it was vanished, mostly water. Yeah, we'll have to try that. Celery. That's a dehydrate celery. I definitely know it's called. But yeah, I guess you could put the cinnamon in after you dehydrate them and grind them, and then just kind of like put some cinnamon in there and just mix it all together. It'd be about the same thing, I suppose. We tried a little bit of everything as far as that, like dehydrating and stuff like that. We tried a little bit of everything. Yeah, pretty much you name it, it can be dehydrated. The eggs, when you do the eggs, um, you take two, was it tablespoons or teaspoons? Tablespoons. 2 tablespoons of just flat of those that the egg powder is one egg, and then you just add water to it. Normally you put 2 tablespoons of water for 2 tablespoons of eggs, but on mine I always add a little bit more water because it just don't look right to me. But you just get it wetter and just keep stirring it up and let it set for like 10 or 15 minutes, and then you just pour it in the frying pan, and it fries and it fluffs up just like a regular egg, but it's a little darker. The color's a little darker for some reason, but I don't know if it's just because we always use brown eggs. I'm gonna try some white eggs. I'm actually gonna go buy some white eggs at the grocery store and try them just to see if the color's any different. Well, after you scramble them, of course. But the brown eggs are just a small slight bit darker. Like, how long to dehydrate apples? It took. Oh, them apples took a long time. Cause,
3.5 days.
Cause I mean, when she cut them up kind of thick.
Like I do apple pie filling.
Yeah, just like I mean, just like slices, like she said, like she does her apple pie filling and stuff like that. And then them things in there for like uh, almost 3 days, something like that. We left them in there for like, I was in there for like 36 hours, something like that. And they were still kind of gooey in the middle. Put them in there for another 24, 30 more hours, and it tried to eat one. It was hard as rock. I mean, it kind of like, broke off when you bit it. But I mean, they ground up fine and made powder fine. She was trying to make snacks for our grandkids. I don't know if it's just they was too thick or what, but you can do oranges, basically any kind of fruit. They say you can do watermelon. I don't know. I don't know how that would even work. Watermelon is water. I don't know if that would work or not. That's what they say. But we mainly just use ours for eggs and stuff like that. So I'm getting hungry. Yeah. We
Brownies.
Thanks, man. We use our dehydrator pretty much every day. I mean, it's constantly going. Because, like I said, we get 2 dozen eggs a day. That's some apple pie that needs to be eaten. Amanda still has like 5 or 6 crates of apples that she's working on. And we got apple sauce, apple pie filling, and what's that other stuff you made? Apple butter.
And then I got some in the crock pot.
Running out our ears. How many chickens do we have? We have 30, 33, 34 hens. Um, then we have like those 2 lavender Orpington roosters and that one Welsummer rooster, and then we have I got some. I don't know how you say it. I don't know if I'm gonna say it right or not. But it's Aeon Samani, the black chickens. It's a solid black chicken. Its skin is black. Its organs is black. If you was to take this chicken and slice it open, everything in it's solid black.
And they actually start laying eggs.
And they started laying eggs today, finally. Um, I got those because I seen some what they call a zombie chicken, and you take those and you cross them with a white leghorn, and it comes out with a solid white chicken, but its skin, its organs and everything's black. Its skin's black, but it's got white feathers. It's got black rings around its eyes, and it's got like a black beak. It looks really like a zombie. So I want to do some of those. I want to grow those. I want to raise those. That's the reason I got those. The chickens that we have up there, we bought 30 or 32. I don't remember how many, 30 something hens. There's a guy in Tennessee over toward Chattanooga over that way that he buys like chicken house chickens. Like whenever a chicken hits a year and a half old, they get it out of the chicken house, no matter if it's still in or not. It's just because they hit a year and a half. Uh, they just replace them with keep refreshing the chickens, and that's how I get them. And I get them actually pretty cheap that way, and they still lay perfectly fine. They lay up until they're 5, 6 years old, and then when they stop laying, then I've got 30 chickens I'm gonna put in the freezer. So, and for what I'm giving for them, it's very well worth it. I mean, I could buy them and resell them and make tons of money off of them because he gets them by the thousands. That last time he had like 5,000, I think. So I mean, whatever chicken house he's getting them from is a big chicken house.
Our chickens have gotten a lot fatter since we got them too.
Huh.
I said our chickens have gotten fatter since we got them and got
Oh
them
yeah,
the
yeah.
other day.
Yeah, when you buy the chickens like that, the chicken house chickens, they're kind of. I ain't gonna say they look starved to death or nothing, but they are. I mean, they are thin. But I've been feeding ours a lot of protein and stuff like that, and I mean they're just fat as they can be now. So this last batch we got. Okay, pumpkins are discounted right now. I'm fixing to put a video out tomorrow about pumpkins and chickens. Just um, I don't know if you guys know it, but pumpkins and pumpkin seed is a natural dewormer for chickens. It's actually for dogs, um, anything like that. It's a very powerful dewormer actually. Huh?
We got the grandbaby's pumpkins out on the.
Yeah, we got pumpkins out here. We're gonna um, do a video tomorrow on that. But you can take those seeds and you can feed them to your chickens, and it any parasites. We don't have worms or anything, but you can take they can eat the pumpkin and pumpkin seeds, and it actually paralyzes parasites, and that way they pass them, crap them out, whatever. But I always take that and I mix a little bit of I can't say this word neither, diatomaceous earth. It's that white powder. You take the pumpkins and slice them open, get all the seeds and like half it, and you take that diatomaceous earth and sprinkle it on there too, and that actually kills like the pumpkin will paralyze them and then they pass them, but the diatomaceous earth actually kills the parasite. It's like little pieces of glass. They can eat it and it's food grade. It won't hurt them. Like I said, they don't have worms, not like that, but every year we try to do it at the beginning of winter and then at the beginning of say spring or summer, somewhere around there, try to worm them. Any deer jerky recipes? Um, well, I haven't made deer jerky in a long time, but we actually made rabbit jerky not too long ago, and that stuff was actually pretty good. We're gonna try making jerky again here pretty soon.
We want to make a smoker too.
Yeah, I'm gonna actually. Well, me and Amanda's actually gonna build a smokehouse up here too, and we're gonna do that pretty soon. Because this place here has got tons of deer and wildlife on it, so we're gonna hopefully harvest a deer this year, put it in the freezer, and we will make some jerky. But that smokehouse is gonna be uh, it's gonna be pretty big. I was watching like the old Amish and stuff like that. They have even the old timers. They have smokehouses and they hang um, like pigs and stuff like that in there. And that one guy said that he's eat off stuff that was 7 years old out of that smokehouse. It's all in the way you store it. You know, you got to salt it and smoke it and salt it. Then that stuff stays good. Just go in there and slice you a piece off of it, fry it up. I think he said he's eat on it for 7 years, stuff that was in his smokehouse. We got a bunch of stuff coming up that we're going to be doing here. Like I said, it's just all time and money. And most of it's money. We just do it as we can. So everything we buy and pay for it as we go. But as far as the pumpkins I was talking about, it's we do have we got quite a few of them out here now that we're going to do the worming thing with. You can go to there's a store in Waynesville. It's what's it name? That store, Go Grocery Outlet, Grocery Outlet.
Yeah.
Then they got huge pumpkins in there for $3 a piece. Huge, huge pumpkins. You can go in there. Anybody wants to in that area wants pumpkins to can or preserve whatever. I mean, stuff like this is absolutely fun to do. Yeah, it is actually. I like building stuff and coming up with figuring out how to make stuff work, and she likes coming up with recipes and stuff like that. As far as jerky and meat, anything like that, I don't like putting. A lot of people put like brown sugar and stuff like that on it, and my opinion is I don't want nothing sweet on my meat. That's just not the place to put anything sweet. Just make it taste bad to me. But yeah, Amanda loves to cook too. She's constantly writing down recipes and stuff like that, trying to figure out something else to fix or how to do something different and be different while I'm out building stuff. Well, honestly, most of the time when I'm out building stuff, she's out there with me. So I think that video is ready. I just uploaded another video. It's Well, we finished those water tubs today. Like I was saying, that those fitting and stuff for that stuff's out of hand high. That's crazy. But I mean, you gotta have it. So they got you.
Huh?
Those fitting and stuff for those water tubs.
Mm-hmm.
How expensive all that stuff was today.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, I mean, every day we go to Lowe's and I can't, or Home Depot and I can't come out there without spending $100, $200 every single time. See, I just did deer jerky. I think it was cut too thick. All right, all right. Good night, Betty. Thank you for coming on. We're going to try to start if I can figure out this whole live thing. If the internet holds out, we're gonna try to come on like once a week or something. I mean, it's kind of fun to do.
Maybe Saturday night, Friday or Saturday nights, huh?
Yeah, Friday or Saturday night we'll come on because that's our free times on the weekends. So the rest of the time we're always working. So hopefully we'll be able to come on. Yeah, I know it's like talking to everybody, communicating. I just don't know if it what day and what time because all the big channels they do lives on the weekends too. Saturday would be great. Yeah, the Saturday would probably be the best day for us. But I think a lot of the big channels they do like Fridays and Saturdays also. So I don't really know what time. Like maybe it gets dark about what 6:30, 7 o'clock now.
Yeah, well, it's gonna start getting dark earlier.
Probably like 8 or so we can start coming on. 8 or
Yeah.
9, something like that.
Yeah.
That gives us time to get done with what we're doing. Some I don't know 7, 8 o'clock, something like that on Saturdays. I get on here and I look to see like all the big channels, like when they're on live and all that stuff, and most of the time it's around so like around anywhere from 6 to 8 o'clock. Some of them like 9 o'clock. So at that time sounds good. Yeah, that's fine. Are you on Twitter or Gab? I never heard of that. Actually, no. I do um, some Facebook stuff, but we have a Facebook page that we just started too, but we don't ever put nothing on it. Is the thing. Um, I do Facebook too for like work, like advertisements and stuff like that for work. What is Gab? I've never heard of that.
What is it?
Gab. Someone asked us, "Are you on Twitter or Gab?" GAB. I don't even know what that is. We do Snapchat sometimes. I'm not very up to date on all the whatever all this crap is, but trying to look and see what I do have on here. Um, Snapchat is about it. I think I had Twitter one time. Gab is where you find truth. Instagram. Um, do we have Instagram?
Hmm. I don't.
I don't. No, I don't have Instagram, but in all honesty, I've been trying to think. I mean, thinking about trying it just to see what it's like. I have like I said, we have that Snapchat because me and my grandson gets on there making faces, taking pictures, and sending them to everybody. Yeah, Snapchat's what I have. I have to download Instagram, see what it's about. We're kind of new to all this. So. I know when I first, what about a month and a half ago when we first started putting videos up here? How long has it been now? A month and a half or so since start putting videos up. I've been trying to figure out all this stuff, but I don't have time to just sit down and like this whole live stream thing right here. I got it to work, but I think y'all might like that. Instagram, yeah. I have to try it and see what it is. Gab is where you find the truth. I got Truth Social. I remember that one, but I don't ever get on it. I guess a Donald Trump uh, social media platform, I guess. But I don't ever get on there. We do constantly check, like YouTube, of course, just seeing like how many subscribers we got and all that stuff. That that prepper video, that prepper store video, it took off pretty good. It's like 19,000 views or something like that now, so that's pretty good. I just got lucky on that one. She don't really like a lot of people filming inside her store because a lot of people that's prepper don't like to be seen being a prepper. I guess I don't know. It's almost like it's a sin or something. But that's the reason she don't like a lot of filming in there. But I went up there and talked to her, and she let me come film, and she actually done the tour and everything.
Talking about doing another one, ain't she?
Yeah, we're going to be doing a an update video of the store here in about another month. Her husband's going to do a video for me, kind of the same thing. He's going to do an update because they got a bunch of new stuff in and stuff like that. So we're going to try it, see how it does. All right, guys. I guess it's 12:42. I guess we'll get off here, and we'll be back next Saturday for a live. Probably do another video or two. We're gonna do a video tomorrow on that worming stuff like that. But anyway, it'll be next Saturday. We'll be here around just say to 8 or 9. I don't know. We have to figure out exactly what kind of. That way we can set a time for the Saturdays when we're gonna do it when we can. So I'm thinking 8 or 9 o'clock on Saturdays. That's what I'm thinking. So we'll get it all worked out. That way everybody knows. Look forward to that. Yeah, we look forward to it too. It's different. I mean, thanks for coming on. I'll see you in a week. All right, sounds good. See you guys in a week next Saturday. But like I said, if anybody got anything they want to ask or anything like that, just shoot us a message or anything. We'll try to figure it out. 9 p.m. prime time. All right. All right, guys. All right, take care.